Lack of sex education and how it shapes our views towards sex as teenagers and youth in Nigeria. What can be done? Sex is one topic Nigerians shy away from. People don't like talking about it. Religious leaders, teachers, and all. We don't talk about it. But it's very important in the life of every human being. In short, that we are human beings today is because somebody had sex and we and we became their children. So why don't we talk about it in Nigeria? There's a lot of stigma around the topic. When you talk about it, people say you are spoilt. I don't know what that means. But sex education in Nigeria, in Africa, is almost zero. People become teenagers and go from teenagers to youth without having any form of education. At the end of the day, they learn from the wrong places. So that is what happened. The problem, no sex education. What does it create? It creates loopholes where people learn about sex from the wrong places. They learn about sex from movies. They watch sex scenes. They watch things they're not supposed to watch, and they experiment on themselves and other teenagers and young people like them. Another place people learn about sex in Nigeria is from their peers and their seniors. Some teenagers or young people were introduced to sex either by their house help or from somebody older than them. In short, there's a statistics that almost 90% of boys that had house helps in their house lost their virginity to their house help. That's a very sad statistics to have. So sex education is very important. What is the solution? The solution is simple, thankfully. Number one, prioritize age appropriate sex education. Right from the age 3, parents should intentionally talk to their kids about their private parts, especially during birth and pee time. Tell the children the name of their organs. Don't say words like ntanta, jolo jolo, and all. Tell them this is this and this is that. Call the names of their organs and tell them it is out of band from anybody without their permission. Nobody should go here. No uncle, no auntie, no neighbor should go there. There are age appropriate songs, just like we have children's songs. There are age appropriate songs for children age 5, age 6, age 7, age 10. There are so many books, kid books talking about sex education. There are age appropriate materials on the internet, on the in the bookshop and libraries you can get and give to your children. Then number two, we should normalize discussing about sex in public. A mother should be able to talk to her son or her daughter. This is your body part. This is what it does. These children become teenagers and their body go through changes. For a guy, his voice becomes deeper, his chest becomes broader, he gets hairs in some places, and he starts he becomes curious. Sometimes they will ask you, Mommy, this is this. Another thing, if your children are not comfortable with you, they will not talk to you about changes they are seeing in their body, especially for the guys, because the guys don't have any marker. It's not like the ladies where you would know that okay, this person has started seeing her menstrual cycle and all. But for guys, it's low key. This person goes from teenager to youth, and nobody tells him this is this, this is this. Don't use this anyhow. You impregnate somebody, and at the end of the day, you either lose your education or you have started a vicious cycle of poverty. That is something I'm going to talk about next. How unwanted pregnancy and other factors leads us to the dangerous vicious cycle of poverty we have in Africa. That is topic of another day. Then number three solution, adding age appropriate sex education to our school curriculum. This is very important because if parents fail to teach their words and children at home, the formal education should be able to fill in the gap. They should be able to, okay, primary one, this is the workbook, this is the textbook. Add it in courses like PHE, subjects like civic education, social studies. This is what should be learned. But you go to our, what do you get? We get very ridiculous topics. I don't want to talk about it because I have teachers in my house that I don't want to make them angry. So add these topics that are important to the development of these young people into their curriculum. That is very important. So if we are able to do these three things, it will go a long way in helping these young people to find their foot, in helping them to know that, okay, this is what I will do and this is what I will do. And I will not be in trouble. Nobody will take advantage of them. When you tell your girl child, this is your body, this is what it does, this way. Nobody should touch your breast, nobody should corner you somewhere and promise you sweet and biscuits for them to gain access to your body. It will go a long way in helping us, because if a 16-year-old girl falls pregnant today, maybe she's in SS1 or JS3, I don't know the ages now, but 16-year-old should be in SS1, and she becomes pregnant, she would stay at home and nurse that child for a year or so or two. Her mates have gone out of secondary school. Number one, the shame and stigma, she might not go back to school. Number two, her family might not be interested in taking care of her education anymore, because what is there again? And Nigeria is a poor country. In short, the CBN brought out the statistics that 90% of Nigerians don't have 500,000 in their account. So we are poor people. I'm surprised where I go online and I see people do competition about who has the much money. We are not rich people as Nigerians. We are poor people with very poor social amenities. So when a teenager becomes victims and gets pregnant unwantedly, it's going to affect their life negatively. For the guys, if a guy is, let's say, 16-year-old or an 18-year-old, impregnates a 15-year-old, his life as he knows it is over. And these things happen. It's not like it's far-fetched. This thing happen. Just open your phone and browse. You will see 17-year-old boy impregnate 16-year-old boy. And people move on as if it's normal. Something should be done. Our government should put these things in their curriculum. Our parents should sit up. But what happens is some people don't become adults and they're already parents. So they don't know what to do. Their children just grow up freestyling as if they are animals on the street. So this should be looked into. You should be able, as a parent, to teach your child, this is A, this is B, this is that. Let the child know what he's getting himself into. Then we should normalize talking about sex. Religious leaders should be able to talk about these things. Tell the young people, this is, don't make it look like it's bad, because most things that happen in our society that are bad, like drug addiction, sex addiction, porn addiction, name it, gambling addiction, they happen in secret. People don't talk about it. They suffer these things in secret, and at the end of the day, it wrecks their life. So please, if you are already having problem with sex, my next video is going to talk about that. It might not be the next, because I already have financial literacy video I'm working on, but it's going to be on this channel before the end of the month. See you in the next one. Bye.